bunny project for spring. So you were given like almost like a tag and a couple ovals, and we're gonna turn this into a little bunny. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna put two coats of white on our tag and our ovals, and then we'll move on to the other details. But just 2 coats of white on the tag and the ovals. And when you paint the tag, you should also do the sides. So once I have 2 coats, I'm going to set those aside to dry a little bit. While they're drying, and while our tag is drying, on the cap of the paint, of the white paint, I'm going to make a little pink. So I am going to take a little bit of white and put it on my cap. I'm going to wash my brush, and then I'm going to mix up my paint. And then put a little bit of red into that white to get a pink. Now you could do a dark pink, a light pink. I'm going to do a little darker than that. But once you get the pink that you like, you can paint your nose. And I'm going to put 2 coats on my nose too, but I'm going to let that one dry for a little bit. And I'm just going to go to my white ovals. Let me try and find a clean space. And in the middle of my white ovals, just in the middle, I'm going to put some pink paint right in the middle. I'm almost just dabbing a little pink into the middle of each ear. To me. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go back and put a second coat on my nose. And then let that dry a bit. And what I'm going to do is on the cap, so in your paint palette, you have white and black. I'm going to stir up that white with a clean brush and put a little white on the cap of the white paint. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little black and mix it into that. Mix a little black into that white on the cap to make a really light gray. If it's too dark, you can put a little more white into it. And we're just going to add some details with this gray. So we're just not gonna have like a completely white bunny. We wanna give it some texture. So what I'm gonna do is along the sides of my ears, I'm just gonna add a little bit of gray. And I'm still using the same brush. You could even just dab a little gray all along the sides. I'm gonna do that on both ears. A little, and I'm going to dab some gray on my little tag. So I'm just going to go around the edges as well. Just going to give us a little bit of texture. If you feel like you get too dark, you could always go over it with white. Put a lot there, so I'm just using my finger to smooth it out a bit. All around. I'm going to take it off my brush and then just dab. And this just gives it just a little texture. Alright, so we'll let all this dry. While this, I'm going to give it like a couple minutes to dry, and then we're going to go back and add some details to our little tag. So we are going to add some details to our tag now. I just want you to visualize the nose is going to go right in the middle of our tag, and our ears will be on top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a mouth, we're going to add some whiskers, and we are going to add like little dots and some eyes. So the first thing you need to do is find your small brush, and you need a tiny bit of black on your brush. So little you shouldn't even see it. And what I'm going to do is just in the middle, I'm going to start in the middle of my tag and then just make a little line going down. Once again, our nose will be on top of that. If you made it too high, your nose could just cover it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dots on each side. And then I'm going to add 3 whiskers on each side. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now for the fun part, our eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my pinky to make my eyes. So I'm going to dip just a little bit of my pinky in some black paint. And all I'm going to do is I am going to make 2 little dots for eyes. 1, 2. Once you have your eyes, you could use your little brush if you want, and you could help even them out or fill them in, whatever you have to do. If you just want to draw them and not even use the paint, you could do that too. If you don't like your eyes for some reason, you could wipe them off really easily. I'm just going to go over my whiskers one more time. All right, so it looks a little weird now, but don't worry. I am going to wash my little brush and wash it really good. Because what we're going to do is we're going to add a little light reflection in the top of the nose. And I'm going to use the back of my brush and add a dot of white in each of the bunny's eyes. So then that's kind of how it's going to look. I'm going to let it dry, and then we're going to put it all together with the ribbon, and it's going to look great. So we're going to put together our little bunny now. So I have some string, and that tan string is the string that's going to go through, oops, let me pick him up. I'm going to do my string first. It's going to go through the hole and then just tie it up top. That's so you could hang it. And And we do that first because it's going to be a little tricky with our ears. So next we're going to do our nose. So I'm just using glue. Any glue will do. And I'm going to put his nose down. After I have his nose, then I could put his ears down. The ears are just tricky to glue sometimes because they might fall over. If they do, you put like almost like a book on top of them just so they stay down. Somehow that's working right now. You were also given a little flower sticker if you want to put the sticker on the bottom. Now you don't have to use this. It's just